The concept of the Olodo did not just start today. Maybe the concept of Olodo uprising was coined in 2026, but that doesn't mean that this phenomenon it was given birth to yesterday. As far back as I can remember, growing up in the 80s and 90s, I've always known that our system never rewarded intellectuals or maybe favored intellectuals. So we grew up, seeing a lot of ASU strikes. We saw a lot of erudite professors of high standing in the society in terms of what they've achieved educationally, scrounging for survival. So then there was something that you say, you look at their shoes. That's how you assess. You say, if it were my father back in the day, you say that the shoe, has done, I swear to God. So that's the system that we grew up to, to see. So our system have never really rewarded or had intellectuals in high standing. So the Olodo uprising is not a new phenomenon. If I would liken it to evolution, Darwin's theory of evolution if you can remember Darwin's finches. So in Galapagos Island, he was able to identify birds of common ancestry. But he noticed that these birds, because of the peculiarities of the environment where they found themselves, they developed accordingly to be able to be well suited to that environment. That is exactly what happened to Nigeria. So the concept or the phenomenon of Olodo was Nigeria developing to suit what is best appreciated by the environment. And when you look at it, a good number of Nigerians today, including me, are products of the Olodo uprising. Because personally, even in the university, I never saw myself maybe taking up or going the way of or going through the academic route, or maybe becoming a teacher, or maybe a scholar, or maybe stuff like that, because I never saw it as a productive enterprise, because I saw it as just talk. So in the university, you have a lot of talk but little production to match with it. But the so-called Olodos of today, may call them Olodos, so many of them have things that are tangible, things that you can touch, things that have yielded yielded revenues, both domestic and international. So that is where we found ourselves today. So it's a systemic issue that our polity need to address. Starting from our politics. So you see that our politics favors people who knows how to rig their way into the system. People who know how to shed blood, who know how to kill. Even the intellectual base that you're even talking about, even that the base is not even, you cannot be explicated from the Olodos, in quotes, because a good number of the people who have made the way through the ranks, even in that system, they did not get there by merit. Some of them cheated in exams, some of them sorted their way through, some of them slept with lecturers for them to be able to pass the exams, for them to be able to get to where they are, because our system encourages, how do we put it again? The end justifies the means, So that is the system that we found ourselves. So the Olodo uprising is not a thing of today. It's a systemic rot in our system. So that's when we are saying a new Nigeria, or the concept of a new Nigeria, these are some of the systemic issues that we believe that must be addressed before the fabric of our nation building, before the fabric of our society will be put right, for us to be able to get to our desired, destination. So the concept of Olodo uprising is not a new thing.